Hey, what's happening, everybody? Mac the Duelist coming at you from the TCG Enterprise, where we talk about all your favorite card games. So you guys, got an awesome deck profile to show you guys off today with our awesome mat. I got this off from Pal Manga Mats. It's really, really awesome with the art. If you guys want to go ahead and get yours, I'll put it down below. You guys can go ahead and check them out and get your own custom playmat. But in any case, you guys, we're going to be going with Six Samurai. This is going to be an awesome deck to go ahead and play. Way back in the day, around about 2010 is when this thing really, really thrived. But then it's kind of lost its kick once the new meta started kicking in. But it's definitely holds up to its name. Let's go ahead and get on with the list. You'll see how it's so good. So we're going to be going with one Grandmaster of the Six Samurai. You can only control one Grandmaster. And if you control up a Six Samurai monster, you can special summon this card from the hand. When this card is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can target one Six Samurai monster in your graveyard and add the target to your hand, which is really, really good. Some people run 3. I figure 1 is good enough to say for the very least. You don't need a whole lot going for you, but just enough. Then I run 3 Legendary Six Samurai Kizan. This is very good card, honestly. This one allows you to go ahead, if you control another Six Samurai with a different name, you can special summon this card. If you control 2 or more others, you'll get an attack boost by 300, making it 21, which is awesome. And a defense also of 800 boost, 800 total with a 300 boost on towards the defense, which is awesome. The main functionality for this deck is to special summon like crazy. So definitely get those synchro summons going and the link climbing as well. Next up, I'm going to be going with 3 of the legendary Six Samurai Kagi or Kageki. Either or. This one is awesome. When it gets normal summon, it allows you to go ahead and get another Six Samurai with a level 4 or lower from your hand and allows you to go ahead and special summon it. And then while you control another one with a different name, this one will gain 1500 attack, making it 17, which is good. Next up, I am running with 2 of Legendary Six Samurai Shinai and 2 of the Legendary Six Samurai Mizuho. These ones are really awesome. They tag off from each other. Once one is up on there, if you control another one, you can special summon this card from the hand on either one. Allows you to go ahead and do that, and then allows you to go ahead and for this one allows you to go ahead and target one card under the field and destroy it. By attributing another Six Samurai monster. And now for this one here, if it's selected, you can select one of your monsters that are Six Samurai in the graveyard and add it to your hand, which is good. It gives you a lot of replenishment to use for your resources because you do go through a lot of them because this deck swarms really, really quick. And you're going to get rid of a lot of things really, really, really quick. Next, we're going with 1 legendary Six Samurai Inishi. I go with the 1. I like the art on it, honestly, and the rarity on it is amazing as well. During either player's turn to control another face-up Six Samurai monster with a different name, you can remove or play 2 Six Samurai monsters from your graveyard and select 1 face-up monster onto the field. While you control 2 or more, this card will gain an attack boost. You can basically allow it to utilize for the effects based off from the special summons. Mind you, also, the monster that gets selected, you will get it returned to the hand, which is really good. And then we're going to be running 2 of Keijmusha of the Six Samurai. Utilize this out from your Kagi. You can go ahead and bring this one out. So you can go in for a automatic synchro summon towards Shien. This is the easiest way to go ahead and bring it out. If exactly 1 Six Samurai monster you control is targeted by a spell or trap effect or monster effect, you could change the target to this face-up card onto the field instead. Normally, you won't really want to worry about that unless it gets special summoned back. Then you could go ahead and do that. But being that it's the one of the main tuners into the deck to go ahead and get into Shien, your best bet is to just go ahead and synchro summon right off the bat. Then I'm going to be running 2 of the Elder of the Six Samurai, which is awesome. If one of your opponent controls a monster you control, no monsters, just special summon this card from your hand. It's an easy way to go ahead and get in for your synchro plays, especially since we're running a lot of big synchros, so you might as well go ahead and utilize that to your advantage. Then we're going to be going with 2 of the Secret Six Samurai Kizaru. This thing is amazing. All the Secret Samurais, allow them to use it out for remove from play effects to go ahead and utilize. So when this card is special summoned, you can add from your deck 1 Six Samurai monster with a different attribute from the monster that you control, which is from every monster that you control. And if it would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. I'm running the 2 of this one because it's just that good. Then I'm running 2 of Fuma. This is Secret Six Samurai Fuma. If it would be destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can special summon 1 Six Samurai monster from your deck, except for the Six Samurai Fuma. If exactly 1 Six Samurai monster you control and you have no other cards, if they will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Then I run 1 Secret Samurai Hatsumi. I figure the 1 Hatsumi is good enough. Some people will probably run more than 1, I'm assuming, but I wouldn't recommend it. You always want to get your ratios in the correct order that it needs to be. That's why I'm going 2, 2, and 1. I figure that'd be the best way to run it. You can banish 2 Six Samurai monsters from your graveyard and face up onto the field, and/or then target 1 Six Samurai monster from the graveyard, except for the Hatsumi, and special summon it. You can use the effects of this once per turn, and if exactly 1 Six Samurai monster you control and no other cards will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So it all saves out for your cards from being destroyed, so that way you can keep up the momentum going and you don't have to worry about running out of resources, whatever have you. Now, we are going with 1 Amazonas Archer. Yeah, I'm running Amazonas Archer, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because it's special summoned so quick, you could drop this thing down real quick, and you could tribute up 2 monsters to inflict 1,200 damage to your opponent's life points, which is very crucial for this kind of deck because it swarms so fast. You just have the Amazonas Archer out, you're already set to go. Then I am running 1 Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. Yes, we are running equips. Equipped to a warrior type monster, it'll gain 300 attack. During the main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can remove from play 2 warrior monsters from the graveyard and add this to your hand so you can use it again. Because why not? Then we're going to be going with 3 of the Six Samurai United. Some people are running 2. No, run 3. Run 3. And I'm telling you the reason why to run 3. It is your draw power for the deck. If it has the Bushido counters onto it, at least 2, which is the maxes of what it should be is 2, you draw a card for each Bushido counter on it. This gives you the draw power for the deck. Why would you not want that? You want to utilize every one of your cards as best as you can to its ability for whatever it is that you have running into the deck, which this, of course, you'd want to have 3 of right off the bat. You should not be running any less than 3. Then I am running 3 Dojo. Yeah, 3 Dojo. This is honestly, it's a really, really good card. I like it particularly because every time a Six Samurai monster is normal summon or special summon, and you place the Bushido counter onto this card, you could send this card to the graveyard and special summon 1 Six Samurai or Shien effect monster from your main deck whose level is equal to or less than the amount of the Bushido counters onto it. Because you're special summoning and normal summoning so much, it's so easy to go ahead and just get rid of this real quick and special summon again, which is why I'm running 3 of these. There's others that are running the Temple, and I don't really recommend to go ahead and run the Temple, but that's just me. Then I am running 3 of the Smoke Signal. This is honestly, it's relatively better than Rhoda. And the only reason why I'm saying that is just because it allows you to go ahead and get a level 3 or lower Six Samurai monster from your deck to the hand. Quick check to get in for your tuner or for your Secret Samurais. But we did not leave out for Rhoda because it actually is in here because it's a warrior deck and you need to have at least Rhoda in there to begin with, to start up plays, to go ahead and get in for your combo starts. So yes, Rhoda is in here. Level 4, search out for warrior type. Then we are running one Gateway of the Six. It is amazing, and I wish it came at 3, but unfortunately, people don't want it at 3 because it's still abusive, or so they say. Honestly, compared to Kashtira, I would rather have 3 Gateway of the Six than having to face a whole deck of Kashtira. All this does is basically spams the field and gets off from counters. Yes, depending on what they are. So 2 counters, it lets you to go ahead and target 1 6 Samurai Shien, and it'll gain 500 attack till the end of the turn. 4 counters on it allows you to go ahead and get a search off from your deck or graveyard to the hand for a 6 Samurai monster. Or 6 counters allows you to go ahead and get a Shien monster from your graveyard and special summon that target. I would much rather have this be a thing than to have Kashtira be a thing. But then again, people will probably abuse it and say, oh yes, I'm going to go ahead and make Kashtira 6 Sam. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, no. But anyways, I hope this comes back at 3, or at least up to 2 would be great. Speaking of 2 of, I'm running 2 Asceticism of the 6 Samurai. You can select one face-up 6M monster you control, special summon a 6M monster from your deck with a different name, but equal attack to the selected monster. During the end phase of this turn, destroy the selected monster. It's easy link climb and easy to go ahead and synchro off right off the bat. Then I'm running 1 Secret Skills of the 6 Samurai. Some people are not running this card. It's still a pretty alright card. Send 1 monster you control to the graveyard to target one of your banished 6 Samurai monsters and special summon it. You could utilize the effects off from your Secret Samurais again. So why wouldn't you? It's a good card. And then I'm running 1 Cunning of the 6 Samurai. Some people don't run this card. Some people do. You can send 1 face-up 6 Sam monster you control to the graveyard and target 1 6 Samurai monster in either player's graveyard and special summon the target. Like I said, this deck special summons like crazy. So why wouldn't you do it? And then I'm running 3 of the double-edged sword technique. Some people are running 2. I figure 3 is just as good. And as I said, you guys select 2 special 2 6M monsters from the deck, from the graveyard, special summon them in attack position. Then you destroy them at the end phase and take damage equal to the number of the attack equaled of the destroyed monsters. But like you care up to this point, because by that point you're already OTKing them, so you don't care. And then finally, I'm running 1 Backs to the Wall. This thing is awesome. I don't care what people say. I like this card. Pay half your life points, and that you have only until you have 100 left. So you're paying all the way down to 100 life points. Special summon as many 6 Samurai monsters with different names from your graveyard as possible. You can have special summon a monster with the same name as the monster you already control. But that's okay. There is no other restrictions other than that, which basically says, oh, you can't attack this turn. It doesn't say that. It literally just says only up until the same amount that you control. You cannot control basically ones of the same name, which means is that you could pull up all 5, start synchro summoning, and go straight forward for an OTK without any restrictions, which is awesome. Now, on towards our extra deck, you guys. It's pretty self-explanatory, and we're going to be going with 3 Shien. I'm running 3 Shien. This is a huge negator, especially when you have 2 that could go double back. Basically, anytime during either player's turn, when an opponent activates a spell or trap, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. If this card would be destroyed, destroy another 6 Sam you control instead, which is awesome. Some people are running 2, which is fine. Doesn't matter to me as long as you're running it. But it's definitely a must go to having 3 Shien. Now, next up, we are going to be going with 1 Scarred Warrior. This thing is awesome. It's very easy to go to into this deck anyways. Your opponents cannot target face-up warriors you control for attacks, except for this one. Once per turn, if this card will be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. So it actually stays around for just a little bit, and it allows you to go ahead and have just a little edge. An easy play-by-play to get into, to say for the very least. Then we're going to be going with, yes, everybody's good old favorite OG Brionac. Way back then, this thing was abusive and it had a bounce. But unfortunately, it can't do that anymore. It's a once per turn effect. But nonetheless, it's still good. I know I'm running the OG version, but that's why I like the Hidden Arsenal version. But the real version is basically a once per turn effect. So, but nonetheless, it's still good to have. Nonetheless, to clear off for the board. And then the duo, the dynamic duo of the Naturia Beast and the Barkion, yeah, for negates. It's good. I love it. It's perfect. You need to be running these guys together with this deck, especially because they are Earth attributes and they require Earth tuners. One Mistworm. Yeah, Mistworm for bouncing. Yes, it is perfect. It will allow you to go ahead and take 3 cards that your opponent controls and bounce them back up to the hand. Then we're going to be running 1 Secret 6 Samurai Rihan. You don't have to use polymerization for this card. Go ahead and just shoot it out real quick with using 3 6 Samurais with different attributes. Different attributes. I cannot stress that out enough because a lot of people are like, oh, you can do anything. No, they all have to be 3 different attributes. It must be special summoned from the extra deck by sending cards you control to the graveyard. They have to be 3 6 Samurai monsters with different attributes. You could banish a 6 Samurai monster from your hand or face up onto the field and target 1 card of the field. Banish it. If a 6 Samurai monsters you control will be destroyed by battle or a card effect, banish this card from the graveyard instead. As far as Exceed plays, just 1 Shadow of the 6 Samurai Shin. It's good, honestly. A lot of people said this card sucked, but I'll be honest with you, it's actually pretty good. Once per turn on the quick effect, it attach 1, and then target 1 6 Samurai monster you control with less attack than 2,000, and its original attack becomes 2,000 until the end of this turn. Which is actually good, because again, it gives it a little bit of a buff to go ahead and hit hard. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it's decent. Then we're going to be running 3 of the Battle Shogun and the 6 Samurai. This one based off from its counters, which is really awesome. Since we're running a lot of Bushido counters, it definitely helps out a lot. If it's linked summoned, it can discard 1 card and add 1 card from the deck to the hand that has an effect that places a Bushido counter on it. So basically, you could go out for your Dojo, you could go out for your United, you could do a whole bunch of stuff. You can only use the effects of the Shogun once per turn. Each time a 6 Samurai monster is normal summoned or special summoned to a zone this card points to, place a Bushido counter onto this card. This card gains 100 attack for each Bushido counter on your field. That is literally insane. That's literally counting for every card that you have that has a Bushido counter on it. And that literally counts out for this, and for this. So if you have 2 here, that's doubled up. You have 4 here, that's already quadrupled. You have 6 on here. You get what I'm saying? This dude is going to get huge. You definitely want to utilize this guy for your go-to play to go ahead and come out right away while you're special summoning, so that way you're utilizing for the spells to go ahead and get the Bushido counters. Next up, we have 1 Isolde because we're running equips. And not only that, we are running warriors. So it's self-explanatory for this to be utilized into the deck, so you might as well use it. And then finally, 1 Skuldred. Yeah, 1 Skuldred. It's good. Honestly, it's good. It's very easy to link climb into a rank 4, or a link 4 into this deck because there's so much special summoning going on. So why wouldn't you? Honestly, if anything, I would probably take out for one of the Shoguns to put in Zeus, or to put in anything else that can link real fast. Whatever have you. But anyways, that's it for the deck, you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please show your support. Like and subscribe. And also hit that post notification bell. Also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and follow on the social media. The Instagram is up. It is updated all the time. So you guys can go ahead and follow there. And also check out on the Twitter. And also, I'll see you guys for more deck profiles. And also, hopefully soon, live streams. So I'll see you guys all later. Happy gaming.